Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Interactive Talk Radio for the Soul, the Psychic Partner Show, a transformative radio program created to awaken, enlighten, inspire, and empower you. You are invited to call in with questions and comments for our guest, or for a free live psychic reading. Call 646-478-0501. That's 646-478-0501. For information about all of our services and personal appearances, please visit thepsychicpartners.com. And now, here is your host, intuitive counselor, life coach, and professional psychic, Loretta Vasso. The Psychic Partners Show is on the air.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our audience from around the world on this Monday, May 13th, 2013. My guest this evening, joining us from Chicago, Illinois, is Louise Helene. Louise is a master psychic, a spiritual advisor, and a healer. She's a tarot card reader, a gifted medium, and a crystal ball gazer. Throughout her 30-year career, Louise has conducted thousands of accurate readings and is currently a featured psychic advisor with Keen.com. She is the co-author of I Saw Your Future and He's Not It, a psychic guide to true love, published by New Age publisher Llewellyn Worldwide in January of 2013. I Saw Your Future is a self-help, intuitive relationship guide that teaches women how to date and mate successfully. A second-generation psychic, Louise honed her abilities under the guidance of her mother, spiritualist, minister, and psychic radio show host, Reverend Louise Helene. She currently resides in the greater Chicago area. To learn more about Louise or to schedule a reading, you want to visit LouiseHelene.thepsychic.com. Welcome, Louise. I'm thrilled to have you on the show.
Thank you, Loretta. I'm glad to be here.
Well, I've been reading your book, and it's really very, very good. I mean, the advice is very practical, and it's a very easy read. It's it's structured really nicely. But why don't you begin by telling us how it came about?
Well, I my mother was a reader, and I helped her in her business, and I gave my first reading when I was 12 years old.
Wow.
So I have so many clients. So many of my clients are their main question is about love and finding love and the soulmate that they want in their life. So it's been something that I've been thinking about doing, but I wanted to be able to empower women so that they could have that, develop that intuition that everyone has and be able to make the right decisions, because so many of my clients are in need, and I just wanted to be able to help them. So it was something that I've been thinking about for a long time. And my niece, she did some research in the book, and it's in the Just the Facts section, and so we put it together. And I wanted to be able to help I'd have thousands of clients, and I wanted to be able to help women empower themselves with their love life.
Well, you certainly have, and I know in all the readings I do, relationships is very, very popular in terms of a topic that people want to explore. But I like the way that the book is structured, because it gives you give questions that people have posed, exercises that they can do, and the psychic edge. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, the psychic edge. Those are the exercises, and it helps develop all the exercises. Some of them are a little bit more toward meditation. Some is more toward developing your psychic, your intuition. And they're all together. When we exercise our body, we get muscles, and we tone our body. And these exercises our mind, our psychic intuition is like a muscle. So I call it your psychic edge. And if you have intuition that you're using and you can feel it and use it, you do have an edge on things in your life, in your love life, and everything. So this is sort of like developing your psychic muscle.
Right. It says in the book that the purpose of the book is it's a tool to help you avoid frustration and uncertainty that comes with finding love.
Yes. As you know, as a reader, as you know that love is a big, all in questions all related to love. Some women are looking for someone. Some have someone in their life. Maybe he's not the one. Sometimes he's it. Sometimes he's not. But you know that as a reader, you know that that's a big problem that women struggle with.
Right. And you also say here, the results of a psychic reading aren't always what the client wants to hear. When you don't get what you want, it's always because a higher power is trying to either protect you or steer you towards something better down the road.
Yes. I've
incredibly
found that.
hopeful.
Yes. Well, since I've been a reader for so long, and my mother was a reader too, and I actually am still reading for some of the clients that my mother has passed on, but I'm still reading for some of the clients that originally were my mother's clients. And so I know their stories, and I know when they called, there's many clients that I have that have called looking for someone. And they're looking for their soulmate. And I've followed them all the way through some bad romances till they finally found the one. And they're married now. And so that's why I was telling certain stories in the book. I know the outcome. And many times when you look back, you can see that it was a blessing that you didn't. If it didn't work out with someone, many times you look back and it was a blessing that it didn't.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. You also say here, most people have the ability to understand what's happening in their own lives if they only know how to listen and take time to try. And that's what I'm here to teach you.
Yes.
Excellent.
Well, many women ignore. They get feelings. Something doesn't seem right. They don't know exactly how to interpret it, and they ignore, because many women they're in a rush to have that certain someone in their life or make someone that's in their life fit. And so they'll ignore different feelings that they have, and we're all guilty of ignoring. I even have psychic feelings about certain things, and I'll ignore it. And even now, after all these years of doing so, it's very easy. People ignore the sensations, and many times we get a physical sensation in our body. Like something in our chest. I will, when I feel a spirit, I will feel like I'll feel a cold chill come all the way up my body. But I'm very aware of this. Someone else maybe would not notice it. So I try to get people to notice some of the physical symptoms.
Exactly.
Yes.
I want to invite our listeners to call in at 646-478-0501, and we do have a couple of people on the line. Let's see what we can do for them. I have a caller from the 516 area code. Can we do something for you tonight, or were you just listening online?
No, I was listening online, and I'd love to be able to get a reading as well.
Yes.
Okay. And your first name and where you're calling from?
My name is Sandra, and I'm calling from New York.
Okay.
And I definitely would have to say I'm intuitive in my own way. And I don't think I've used that so much when it came to my dating life. I've used it more towards work and other things, but not so much during dating.
Well, it would be very helpful. It would be very helpful. Did you have a question? Did you have a question that you'd like me to
ask? I'd love to see what you saw for me with regards to having, a serious relationship.
Serious relationship. Okay, let's see. I'd like you to close your eyes.
Okay.
And I wanted to get your vibration. Now, immediately when I closed my eyes, I wanted to say the month of December for you, right around the holidays, right around the New Year. I feel a turning point for you at that time. And it'd be right around the time, the holidays, New Year, Christmas, right around that time I see a turning point for you. I do want to say that I feel that you are very independent.
I am.
And I feel that this has I feel that it has caused, you have to be with a very special man. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that you have to be with a very special man, and I do feel December a turning point, and you have I love your vibration, actually, and I feel that things, I want to give you something else. As I'm speaking to you, I see a palm tree, and I feel that the person I see around you, like a soulmate, I feel a connection to a warm place. You might have a place, another home or something. And I see a palm tree, and I'm just trying to feel that it's to an island or Florida. And so I see that, and this gentleman has a tie to this. Actually, I feel like it's a second home. And I also feel that he has people there, some family there. So I see this, and I feel that I see a lot of travel also around this man and you, actually. So I feel I see lots of travel. Do you like to travel?
Yeah, I do. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I see that around you. I do feel, as I keep saying, like the New Year and the holidays, I feel that this will be like turning a new chapter in your life.
Oh, that'll be so wonderful. Yes. I'm ready for a new chapter in my life.
Yes, a new chapter. I get a very good feeling, very optimistic feeling, and I feel it's been a long road, actually, for you.
It has been a very long road. It's been about 3 years, but I think, we're all on our journey. We're all on our path for a reason, and,
yes.
I'm thankful for what I've learned. But I've definitely been having these very odd dreams lately with, a person coming into my life, and I've even had a couple of pregnancy dreams, which I thought, well, either that means I'll be pregnant or that I'm birthing something new.
Mm-hmm. Let me see, the pregnancy dreams. I do feel that, as you said, birthing something new, I feel that that's symbolic for you. Yes, as something new. But I do feel that this dream of someone coming into your life that has to do with this person around the holidays that is coming in. Because, in spiritual time, December and January and this time of the year will be on us before we know it.
Yeah.
I hate saying that because we're just going into summer, but it'll be here before you know it, and I feel it is.
I'm in no rush, so I feel like everything happens at the right time.
You might actually, I'm going to say this because I feel it's a very important time. You might actually meet the person before.
Okay.
But it seems like this time, I get a very good feeling. So it's possible. I get such a good feeling. It almost feels. It almost feels like you're in a relationship at that time. So don't be surprised if it's not a little bit earlier that you actually meet the person.
Okay.
And remember that they've got a tie to
Florida,
some island or something. It's a very good feeling that I get with that.
Well, that seems good, and it seems like, if he's a soulmate, I'm sure we're meant to be for some reason, right?
Yes, yes. No, I get a good feeling. I feel this feels like something that will go on for a very long time. It feels like a soulmate to me.
That's good. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it.
Yes, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling in, Sandra.
May I just press 1 and I'll take myself off the
I'll
hands
take
up
you
so
off.
I
It'll
can
be
continue.
fine.
Thank you.
Okay.
God bless.
God bless.
Bye-bye. This might be a good time to listen to one, or to let our audience hear one of the exercises from the book. Is there a particular one that you like?
There's different ones that I like. I'll tell you one that I really like to develop. Sort of a psychic muscle. A glass of water. And you take a clear glass of water and you put a drop of food coloring, and you'll see the food coloring sort of swirl around and change. And look at that glass with the water and try to see if you see anything in there. This is a very good exercise to see. Now, you might not see something right away, but as you do this, and practice this, you will start seeing things. It will open sort of your psychic eye. And it's a fun exercise to do. And you might see a word, you might see a shape. I like this exercise very much.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good for. It helps a lot. I've had a lot of clients do it. My mother also taught a class that I helped her with at a college, and we would have the students do that, and they really enjoyed it. And people would see things. It was very interesting. So that's one of my favorite ones.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Now, I use the crystal. So I don't need the food coloring, but this sort of helps people see into, then later they can graduate to using a crystal. So.
Right. Yes, in my readings I use tarot cards, but then I also use gemstones, and I have somebody hold a gemstone while I read their cards, and then I see pictures in the stone that relate to the reading. So it's a form of scrying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Okay, I remind our audience the number 646-478-0501, and we do have another caller on the line from the 504 area code. Can you tell us your first name and where you're calling from?
Yes, Debbie from New Orleans.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi. I was wondering if you could tell me a little about my relationship with someone named Barry. Barry.
All right.
Like a strawberry.
What was the name again?
Like a strawberry. Barry.
Oh, Barry. Barry.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'd like you to close your eyes. I feel the first thing that Spirit has given me to give you is I hear the word decision. And I feel that a decision is going to be made. Actually, in some ways, it feels like you're going to make this decision. But anyway, so a decision is going to be made between the two of you about 3 months, a decision. And actually, I'm going to say this about this Barry. I get a feeling of someone who is not settled. There's something about him that's not settled. And I feel that he has some issues that he's got to work out. I feel an unsettled feeling with him. But I do see 3 months, and I see a decision, and I see more. And I feel, I just don't feel that things are, I feel things progressing, but I feel they're not where they should be right now.
Yes.
They're not where they should be. And I feel that it's about 3 months. I see, I guess, a turning point. I see a turning point in about 3 months. But, why do I feel a troubled feeling around Barry?
He has a lot of anxiety about work. He takes care of an elderly mother. And, he's already kind of sensitive, which I think makes his anxiety really bad.
I feel troubled. Yes.
Yeah. He's very close to his mother, and out of all of his siblings, and she, she's not doing well.
Yeah, that will. I feel, like I said, I see a turning point between you and him about 3 months. I still feel, like I said, I feel a troubled feeling with him, and there is a lot of anxiety inside of him. I do want to say slow and steady. I want to say slow and steady with him because I do feel things are going to change, but I feel a lot of troubled, a lot of turmoil around him. It's the inside feeling that I get about him. And but I want to say slow and steady too because I do feel, in spite of this, this tension and everything, I feel he's a very special person.
He really is. He and I've, we've helped each other, and so it's not the ideal situation, but it almost has blossomed from where it started. And I think people say in the beginning is how it's going to be. That's so not true because it was
no.
Weird.
It depends on the time. Sometimes people are not ready. And sometimes things don't happen immediately. That's why I said slow and steady. slow and steady, and there will be a turning point that is, I see a turning point in 3 months. Like I said, I feel some discussion and a decision. So, but he's a very special person. Very special.
Yeah, he keeps calling me his wife, and he says, he wants to do things and be there for me and make more money and
Mm-hmm.
And
I feel he's very sincere about that. Very sincere, I feel. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I feel like he's a soulmate to you. I feel he's a soulmate, but he's not quite. Like I said, I feel a troubled feeling. He's got some more things to do and to learn, and he's not quite ready yet. But I do feel he's a soulmate. And like I said, I feel a decision.
Worth staying for.
Yes, I feel he's very special, actually. There's a sweetness to him that is, he's sweet. I feel he's sweet. It's the best way I can describe it. I try to use words that describe psychically how I feel or when I'm receiving a sensation. I feel he's sweet. I feel he's sweet. Mm-hmm.
He is.
But I don't feel you'd be happy if you turned away from him. I don't feel you'd be happy.
Say it again?
I said if you turned away from him and went in another direction, I don't feel that you would be happy.
Okay. I'm helping him herbally and holistically, too, with his anxiety.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I feel that will help because I do feel troubled. Inside of him I feel troubled, and I feel it will help him.
Oh, great. So more therapy then,
more therapy, yes.
Okay. I haven't gotten him to go yet. Do you see our financial situation becoming better? It's such a stressful time.
You mean his financial condition?
And mine. I wonder if his energy is affecting mine because I used to could manifest, and I'm going through some troubled times too. And I do feel
that his energy is affecting yours. I do have some exercises in my book that have to do with manifesting. Like you can use them for other things, but when I say someone to look in the mirror, I'll meet my soulmate today. He's coming into my life today. I feel you actually need to do some of those things for your financial situation.
Okay.
Or you could look in the mirror and say, prosperity is mine today, love is mine today. So you can do both.
Can you tell me the name of your book again?
I Saw Your Future, and He's Not It. Yes, but sometimes he is, sometimes he is, sometimes he isn't. But I think it might help you, and I think it would help you not only the exercises, the psychic edge exercises, but the stories. I feel it would help you.
I like what you said about the crystal and the glass of water. Somebody told me I was a crystal healer. 2 people in 1 week, and I never knew this.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I feel you do have a very psychic energy around you. Yes. And I feel you need to develop. Some people are more gifted naturally. Some have to work harder on it. But everyone has some intuition and psychic ability. And I actually feel that you can very much develop your intuition and psychic ability and your gifts. So I definitely would try to develop it because I feel you're very gifted. You have a lovely energy.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yes.
All right. Thanks for calling in.
Yes.
Thanks.
And God bless. God bless.
And God bless you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, there's several exercises, Louise, where you say you have people say mantras like "Come to me," and "I will see you in my dreams. I will see in my dreams the right man for me."
Yes. Mm-hmm. And people can change. People can change. I gave those mantras, but it's something that they want. If they know the guy's name and they want that man, they can, by all means, use his name, change it. Yes. What were you going to ask? I'm sorry.
No, I was just thinking that I was just going to say, do you find that the vibration of saying that out loud helps manifest?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's probably also the deliberateness of the intention, I would think.
It has there's many reasons. And to hear your voice, see, the vibration of our voice goes out into the universe. And it has an effect on what comes back to us.
Right.
And it's not just enough to just read something. Many times people will just read something and they'll think, they'll just think something. Say it out loud. That vibration goes out. Many times people will have negative things happen to them, and they will say those negative things. I have a client that I was saying, now, just even if you're not believing it, start out by saying it. And she was saying, I tried it for 3 days and it didn't work. Now, 3 days is not, you have to get over years, in some people's case, years of saying negative things, thinking negative things, and we have to start. And an excellent way to start, and you throw that into the universe with the sound. Sound is a very mysterious thing on our brain, and it will help draw it to us, and it will help us start thinking differently. And what we think deep inside. Many negative thoughts, or women that, for example, with love, women that I have many clients that have the same kind of man coming into their life. And they say, I always have the same kind of man coming into my life. They have that so deep in their mind, they are manifesting it. And they say those words, too. They're bringing those kind of men to them by what they're saying. So it's to say some positive things, even if you're not feeling it, you will hear it. You will absorb it, and so it's very powerful, very powerful.
And the other thing that I like that you have in the book is you have words of wisdom, and you've quoted different people. There's a couple here that I like particularly. There's one here that's an unknown author, but it's, I don't miss him. I miss who I thought he was.
Yes.
Which is really wonderful, because we definitely we fall in love with people's potential sometimes.
Yes, many times, yes.
Yeah.
And love is blind,
It certainly is. The other one I like here is, every end is a new beginning. That's a proverb.
Yes, yes. Well, there's many beautiful proverbs in the Bible. Yes. Yeah. I love quotes, and I love words of wisdom. I love that, and I'm always reading new ones that I like.
And they're sprinkled throughout the book. Louise, we're almost out of time. I want to thank you so much for being on the show, and tell everyone that the book is I Saw Your Future, and He's Not It, A Psychic's Guide to True Love by Louise Helene with Kim Osborne Sullivan. Yes. It's excellent. Thanks so much for being my guest.
Yes, and God bless. Thank you, Loretta.